This was the smelliest luxury cruise accident in history. Tourists not only experienced over 4,000 people, sharing zero toilets, piling up towers of poop, but also a real-life Hunger Games and a cruise version of wilderness survival. In 2013, riding the Valentine's Day hype, the Triumph attracted 3,143 passengers. The second engineer received a bridge alarm. Diesel generator number 6 triggered a fire alarm. When the engineers rushed to the aft generator room, they found a ruptured fuel return line. Massive amounts of fuel spilled. Visions of the Titanic flashed through many people's minds. At this moment, the emergency response was actually professional. But passengers quickly realized a new problem. After the Triumph's power system was totally paralyzed, it was stranded dead in the Gulf of Mexico. Worse, the electrical supply system also failed, making the cabins unbearably hot and stuffy. The ship's water system and over 6,000 toilets all relied on electricity to work. No power meant no water and paralyzed toilets. Like a floating hell ship, people still hoped for the power to return, but ultimately, what they got was a red plastic bag. All bodily waste had to be put into this bag. What was worse, after losing power, the Triumph began to tilt with the wind. Passengers flocked to the deck, holding walls for balance. Humans could hold onto walls, but the sewage in the toilets wasn't so obedient. It overflowed and began seeping into the corridors. The sewage-soaked carpets began to ferment as the room temperatures rose. Many toilets even started gushing waste like geysers, emitting a disgusting stench. The scene is too gross to show here. Everyone just has to imagine it. Some quick-thinking tourists had already rescued their mattresses to live out on the deck. Fighting over lounge chairs, passengers even engaged in shoving and conflicts. When news media, helicopters arrived to film, it had become a refugee-style tent city. New riots broke out when food was supplied. Knowing future food supplies would be difficult, people at the front desperately hoarded food. The scene turned into a real-life Hunger Games. The captain announced free alcohol supply, starting a carnival party. However, facts proved this was a terrible idea. Because on the ship, due to this party, things got even messier. Many tourists started causing trouble after getting drunk. When sober, they could use the red plastic bags correctly. But drunk and confused, who cares anymore? Combined with the powerless cruise ship rocking side to side, many drunk people vomited everywhere. The originally somewhat clean corridors were soon filled with urine, smells, and the scent of fermenting vomit. Just 2 hours later, the free alcohol event was urgently terminated. The chefs also began facing challenges. Without power, fresh food couldn't be preserved. Massive amounts of rotting vegetables had to be tossed. According to an Indian chef present at the time, the food supply at this stage was total chaos. Sandwiches were made by finding whatever ingredients worked and just stuffing them in. The Triumph's speed was only 1/4 of normal speed. At this pace, it would take at least 3 more days to reach port. Grease was already 3 inches thick. Time moved to February 13th. The cruise company offered a compensation agreement early, not only waiving the ticket cost, but compensating each person $500, moving at only 1 to 2 knots. When finally docking, they had to use 4 tugboats,